Hi everyone, thank you for clicking on this video. Today I'd like to talk about my experience so far with using Linux. For I think today is the third day. I actually installed Linux on my laptop this Monday, and I was very eager to start. But just to answer the question, if a total beginner with no previous background in using Linux can actually use it, I would definitely say yes. So why do I say that? Well, to give some context, let me just give a brief overview of my experience so far with all of these computers, starting from the time that I actually started working, right? So when I started working, the first shop that I had actually issued Windows 11, Windows Enterprise laptops. That was back in 2010 when I had a proper laptop to use. It was a Lenovo ThinkPad, I think, company issued. That was back in 2010. I forgot which OS that was, but yeah, that was the very first computer that I used, not exclusively because it was shared among the teammates. And then after a few years of doing that, I moved to a different company. They also issued me Windows Enterprise laptop at first, but then that laptop did not really turn out well because I had issues with the amount of RAM that was installed in that laptop, and I had to do a lot of reporting, a lot of Excel stuff, a lot of analysis and visualization. So I asked my employer to issue me an Apple MacBook Pro back in that. I think this was in 2015 when they issued me a MacBook Pro. Of course, it's not the M5. I'm just showing the website. Just trying to tell my story using these different websites of the products that I used over the years. So they provided me with a 13-inch MacBook Pro, and that's without the the touchpad, the thingy at the top. Yeah. So and then I swapped that with workstation, MacBook Pro from one of my teammates. He used it primarily to create videos, but he left the company. So I asked my employer if I could use the laptop that was issued to him and pass on the 13-inch MacBook Pro to one of our teammates. So I had that privilege to use that 15-inch MacBook Pro around 2017. It was a really powerful device. Had good enough RAM, and I was able to perform my work properly. But ever since I started working, I've never had my own personal computer. So when I first started using MacBooks, I liked it immediately. I loved the experience in Mac, and I think I've been a Mac user since 2015, right? Or 2016. Eventually, I bought my own MacBook Air M1 in 2020, and that was my first personal laptop. And it was so powerful that I actually used it for work. BYOD, bring your own device, and my employer allowed it. It was even faster than the previous MacBook Pro that I was using, and I love the M1 MacBook Air. I still have it up until now. That's been my daily driver for over 4 years now. Oh, 2026. So yeah, almost 6 years, right? So, but eventually, I had to move on from my MacBook Air. Right now, I'm using an Windows 11 Enterprise. It's an obligatory machine, a laptop that we need to use at the office. But because of my use case for opening a lot of tabs and stuff, the M1 MacBook Air was actually struggling, and it only had 8 gigs of RAM. I would open Gemini, I would open Notebook LM, and I would run a lot of queries because I had specialized prompt to analyze legal cases and create case digests for those. And the M1 MacBook Air was actually struggling. So I decided to buy a Mac Mini M4. So that's what I have on my desktop right now with my monitor setup. And yeah, it actually improved my workflow. And I'm not daily driving the M1 MacBook Air anymore. I use that for backup when I have exams, because I would need to take it to school and log into Examplify by ExamSoft. That's the software that our school uses for exams. But when I study, I'm on my desktop, the Mac Mini, and that's where I do a lot of those AI-powered stuff, AI-powered workflow for studying law specifically. And then this was just like a few months ago, like 2 months ago, when I bought the Mac Mini. But then, come December 25, 26, I started seeing videos on YouTube. So I think this was the very first YouTube video that I saw about the age of Linux starts now. And I loved it. I was really excited to learn that Linux has improved really well over the years. So then I watched this Pop OS video. So I've been vicariously distro hopping by watching a lot of these videos, and I saw that Linux would actually run on old laptops. So this video by Switch and Click was very entertaining and inspiring, and it actually pushed me to buy a Lenovo laptop just so that I could try the Linux experience, right? So I ordered a Lenovo T14 Gen 2 Intel with 16 gigs of RAM, 512 MB gig storage, and that's what I'm using right now to record this video. And this is the actual Linux device that I'm using right now. So yeah, as you can see, this is my history. Right, so I've been obsessively watching a lot of Linux videos about the different distros and really trying to understand how to use it. It helped me decide what distro I should be putting in the computer, the distro that I would be starting out with on my laptop. And there were a lot of choices, yes, but a lot of the big names here would be Ubuntu, Linux Mint, Fedora, and of course the dreaded Arch Linux, which when I was watching the videos on Arch Linux, a lot of people were saying that this is not a beginner-friendly distro, so I opted to stay away from it. And then I tried to just focus on Linux Mint, and of course I forgot to include here Pop OS. Pop OS was very interesting, and I actually back in December, when I was watching all of these videos, that was the first time I created a live USB of Pop OS, and there was this really old laptop at home. I wouldn't use that for my daily task, but yeah, it was an old laptop, an IdeaPad with very low specs. I plugged in the USB and I wiped Windows from that laptop because it was unusable anyway, and I installed Pop OS, and lo and behold, it worked, and the computer is much faster now, and the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth worked automatically. So there were no issues with the drivers. Everything worked perfectly on that machine. But I tried to like PopOS, but I think that the at that time I really didn't know about how to make it look better. So I kept on watching videos, a lot of different videos. That's where I learned about the DE, desktop environments, the tiling, window tiling, the KDE versus the GNOME environment, the different ways that it looked like out of the box. And I started watching people who were creating all of these beautiful desktops, right? Until such time that my new my new quote unquote new Lenovo T14 arrived, and that was last week. I think it was Thursday last week, and it came with Windows 11 pre-installed. It wasn't they call that, it wasn't logged in, and off the bat I could already see that it was actually pushing me to log into my Windows account and also to install a bunch of things. When I used Edge to search for Google download, and there's a big splash in the search results telling me that everything that you need is here. Why download Chrome? I downloaded it anyway, and then I installed it. Then when I tried to make Google Chrome the default, there was another splash of advertisement, and yeah, so I wasn't going to put up with that. So I tried to use it for a couple of days. I installed some old games, Diablo 1, Diablo 3, Warcraft, Starcraft. So those are the games that I play, that I usually play, because those were the only games that I could actually play on Mac OS. So the three, Diablo 2, Starcraft, and Warcraft. The Diablo 1, I couldn't play it via GOG on the Mac. So yeah, that was a bummer. So I was stuck with those three games. And because my MacBook Air M1 was struggling, I couldn't really play those games anymore. Until such time that the Mac Mini came. I was able to install those and I was able to play some games, right? And then finally, when I finally decided to install a distro of Linux, I finally settled on CachyOS. I like the idea of how fast it is, and I was ready. I think by that time, since I started researching and watching a lot of videos from different YouTubers, I was ready to install CachyOS finally. And yeah, so last Sunday evening until Monday morning, I was busy on my laptop. I downloaded the ISO. I created a Ventoy USB, and I have a couple of ISOs there. I have Cachy, I have Mint, I have Fedora, I have PopOS. But the first distro that I tried was CachyOS because I really wanted to have Arch as the foundation, but with the simplicity of CachyOS. And yeah, the installation was a breeze. It was really easy to install. And then I chose KDE Plasma because I didn't like the idea of GNOME extensions. For me, GNOME, the GNOME environment is complicated. I just wanted something that, out of the box, so to speak. But yeah, KDE Plasma was not out of the box. PopOS, it was a no-go for me because there was this one custom theme that I wanted to install. However, it used Hyperland and Sway kind of stuff, retro Macintosh theme that I wanted to use to rock on this, on this laptop. But yeah, that was the first thing that I did. So I plugged in, installed CachyOS, and then I went into the KDE Plasma environment and tried to follow the instructions from that YouTube creator, um, and it failed miserably. So yeah, I was trying to run a sprint on my first try of using CachyOS and KDE Plasma. Because I'm very used to following knowledge base knowledge articles, how to instructional guides. That's pretty much the work that I do. Also, creating user guides and how-to guides and troubleshooting guides for the company that I work with. So I was used to, following documentation and figuring things out. And I tried it 3 times. I finally went to the global themes in KDE Plasma, tried out some things there, and yeah, the default ones worked perfectly. But I wanted to use the dark Nord something, I forgot. But yeah, so I tried to install it a couple of times. I had to wipe the laptop a couple of times, and finally, when the very last time that I tried it, I actually got it to work. And yes, so this is the desktop right now. It's not perfect. I like it. It's my well, it's my effort, not really my work, because I just used a custom theme. So yeah, no, why are we here? Yeah, so system settings. So if we go here, the global theme, the one that I'm using is Utterly Nord and CachyOS Nord. Yeah, forgot. This required me to go to GitHub, follow the instructions from this person, the one that created Utterly Nord, and that required me to get into the console and started to understand how stuff work in the terminal. And yeah, so was able to successfully implement the theme without any of the errors. And I'm still continuing to learn. This is just my 4th day technically. And then I also installed Virtual Machine Manager because I wanted to try to create or test out some of the other distributions. So I was able to create a CachyOS. This is not Arch Linux, but this is a CachyOS VM, and I plan to use this for further testing. And then I found out that there's a couple of ways to download Flatpak, so the Discover store and also the Bazaar. Yeah, so it's been a great journey so far. I'm liking the Hello, CachyOS Hello. Just doing system updates and all of these stuff. It was really easy to install the gaming packages. Already have Steam running, and then there's this one surprise, because for a number of years, it has been a number of years since I last saw this. I had this Diablo browser-based game, and I wanted to be able to play this, but it was asking for an NPQ. So I found several tutorials online, and also with the power of Gemini, I was able to finally get the NPQs from GOG of Diablo, and then was ready to use this browser-based. But then I came across Devolution X. So this allows me to run Diablo 1 with the Hellfire expansion natively on Linux. So yay, I was really happy because I would be able to go back to the very first game that I loved, And this, I think that was back in 1998, 1999 when I first played Diablo 1. And now I'm finally will be able to play it again after a very, very long time. Well, I was able to play it for a couple of months before it wasn't supported on MacBooks anymore with the M1. Yeah. But so what do I think? I think that CachyOS is beginner friendly somehow. It's beginner friendly. I mean, this is my first foray into the wonderful land of Linux, and I'm liking the experience so far. I'm pretty sure that I'll be learning a lot more in the next few months. But a couple of projects that are what do you call this? Some of the stuff that I'd like to do would be home labbing, creating media servers.
Good morning, everyone.
Yeah. So this was the video that I followed to be able to install Kemu KVM. I'm not sure if that's the proper pronunciation. And then this one, I think this is the home labbing, creating a media server with Ubuntu server and CachyOS. So, no, not it's not this one. All right, so my browser is hanging now. Let's see. Oh, no, it's okay, it's fine. No, we're still good, even with a lot of browser tabs open. So yeah, and then
external containers.
I think this is the one that inspired me to get into creating servers, a media server using Linux, and that's going to be my project in the next week or next 2 weeks. I'll be converting that old laptop that I have back home into a media server with all the R's. And because I actually unsubscribed to Netflix and to HBO, I only have Prime now, and also of course YouTube Premium. So yeah, just want to explore the wonderful world of the high seas using Ubuntu servers.
For some reason,
and then yeah, this one, turning an old laptop into a home server. So that's going to be my next project, as I'm also learning how to use Linux and basing my foundation on my use of CachyOS. So yeah, I'm really grateful for the CachyOS team for creating this wonderful distro, and I hope that I continue to learn more about Linux. So in the next few weeks, I'll be trying out the different desktop environments that's available in CachyOS, probably Hyperland. I'll try to learn how to do that. That's going to be my way of quote-unquote distro hop, by exploring the different desktop environments within CachyOS. Because I think I'm pretty used to the Pacman and the Paru commands on the terminal, and I'm afraid that if I move over to Fedora with the DNF and also to Mint with apt, it would just confuse me. So I'll stick with CachyOS for now and explore the different desktop environments and all the Windows stuff, so the tiling and all those stuff. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. That's been my very short journey so far, and just want to show you this wonderful desktop environment that I built by following all the wonderful instructions from those who created the different themes. I'm pretty sure that I'm not capable of rising right now, but at least there's a lot of Linux experts out there who I can turn to when I have any sort of question about how to do stuff, right? Through their videos, to their documentation and stuff. But anyway, yeah, it's been a long video. If you're still here, thank you so much for um, staying with me and learning about my experience this past few days. And this is where I'm at right now, and I'm proud of it. Uh, yeah, so a lot of headaches in troubleshooting, a lot of new things learned. I'm a very curious person, so this kind of struggle is something that I want and need to take my mind off stuff. So yeah, thank you for being here, and thanks for watching.